Nambawan Super receives state component for exited members. Bulolo District Authority condemns protests. And lucky start to 2019 for 8 lucky shoppers.
This is National EMTV News with Helen Sayer.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for Tuesday's news. 2019 has begun on a positive note for Nambawan Super, with the superannuation company announcing a payment by the state for a significant proportion of the state's unfunded component for government employees who have exited formal employment. Nambawan Super Chairman Anthony Smare today announced the receipt of 100 million kina, which will go towards paying public servants who exited employment between June 2017 and April 2018.
In announcing the payment by the state to Nambawan Super, Chairman Anthony Smare thanked the state for honouring its commitment to funding the unfunded component of superannuation contributions, an effort that has taken many months of dialogue with state agencies.
So this latest payment will enable 2,100 former teachers, nurses, police officers and other public servants to access the remaining superannuation benefits that the state owed them. Now, it's important to state at this point that all of their own contributions Nambawan Super had and managed on their behalf, and they've always had access to that. This was for a portion of their superannuation the state still owed them from the period 1991 to 2004, where the state did not pay employer contributions.
The payment of 100 million kina was received as a result of allocations in the 2018 supplementary budget and will go towards paying public servants who exited employment between June 2017 and April 2018. According to Mr. Smare, this marks significant progress by the state in honouring its superannuation obligations, something both parties have been working together to resolve. After this payment, the balance owed by the state has been reduced to 70 million kina, which Nambawan Super is confident can be settled this year.
So at this juncture, I'd like to say thank you to the Prime Minister and to the Treasurer, to the Treasury Secretary and the Deputy Secretary for their part in this. It's been a result of long and sustained dialogue ever since the court case result came out at the end of last year, and the state has been true to its word in honouring its commitments. So it's a significant improvement from what the state was in the middle of last year, and for that we're grateful to the government.
Whilst the state's component has been paid and credited to member accounts today, Nambawan Super is encouraging members to speak with the fund on how to save for retirement and to utilize products such as the retirement savings accounts that will enable them to have savings for a longer period after they've left formal employment.
As we know, hardships of retirement, if you blow through your retirement savings extremely quickly, you then find it very hard to live, particularly with no regular income. Nambawan Super has shown over the past 10 years, with significant growth of its assets and how it manages the funds for our members, that we are the best place to put your money. So I strongly urge the members who are now receiving this money from the state to come and talk to our people about how we can best manage the money for you to provide you with a more secure retirement lifestyle.
Bulolo, National EMTV News.
Law and order issues throughout the country remain a challenge and could undermine national interest and security. This was acknowledged at the National Law and Order Summit in Lae last year. Today, the draft report from the summit was released. According to Secretary of Department of Justice, Dr. Eric Kwa, the focus now is on crime prevention. Rayon Lakingu reports.
And hopefully by this afternoon we wonder now.
Today, a draft report from the National Law and Order Summit was presented to members of the law and justice sector and various stakeholders. The report stated that gender-based violence and sorcery accusation violence is ever increasing in many parts of the country. Whilst the report highlights major outcomes of the summit, more importantly, it provides recommendations with the aim to focus more on crime prevention in the country.
At the conference, the main driving agenda is crime prevention. Why crime prevention? How do we do crime prevention? Who will do crime prevention? How much will it cost to do crime prevention?
When presenting the report, Department of Justice Secretary Dr. Eric Kwa said that in order to address issues of law and order, there must be strategic partnerships with the communities and all sectors of the government.
We can have those recommendations, we've got to have those action plans, but who's going to do it? Who's going to do what? Also, partners. We're talking to partners. Partners here, we're talking about the law and justice sector partners.
Dr. Kwa also added that having a just, safe and secure society is important for all members of society as well as businesses.
And so for me, it's about peace. It's about safety of our women, of our girl children, of our elderly, vulnerable. It's about the safety. It's about a secure village. When people gather in the village, there is safety.
Another recommendation from the report also calls for the Department of Justice to look at revitalizing village courts in all communities, as investigations and prosecution alone will not prevent crimes.
There are already people in the community. Lawyers are not in the community or not in the village. It's the village court officers, the land mediators. They're the ones who are the face of the Department of Justice and Attorney General in the villages.
The draft report presented today will be discussed and finalized before it is presented in Parliament for consideration and action commencing this year. Rayon Lakingu, National EMTV News.
Divine Word University's St. Benedict's campus in Wewak is set to welcome 40 students this year to attend the new School of Nursing. The nursing school comes under the university's Medical Sciences faculty and will be part of Boram Hospital. Since the launch of the school last year, a classroom block has been built with student dormitories and staff houses to be completed soon.
It was the national government's interest to see another nursing school open in the Sepik region, as there is a need for more health workers. The St. Benedict's School of Nursing will take over the old Boram School of Nursing.
The problem in Sepik is we do not have a lot of health staff. Many of our health facilities do not have staff right now. We need to now train the young ones to take over.
Since the school project was launched last September, one classroom block has been built with a student dormitory and 4 staff houses to be completed in the coming weeks.
So since it is the first year we have 40, but next year we may have extra facilities. So this is all funded by the Department of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology and the Ministry for National Planning.
With the addition of the first 40 students this year, Campus President Dr. Arokia Raj says the pressure is on to deliver a state-of-the-art nursing college that will cater for over 300 students. The target of the school is to have 2 additional classrooms, 4 more dormitories and 17 staff houses built by the end of the year.
In 2020, we would have nearly 300 students. By that time, we will have 2 new dormitories built, 17 staff houses. Then we will have our library updated, ICT, already 1 million kina we spent on the ICT infrastructure. So 2020 it will be a full complete school of nursing.
Meanwhile, Minister Maru commended Divine Word University for partnering the government in developing this school. He said there are plans in place to make it a 4-year degree program.
In the 2020 academic year, we would like to see the enrollments increase to 100 students per year coming in. We are looking at a 4-year degree program here at Divine Word, Kindy campus. So we are very, very excited.
Stanley Over Jr., National EMTV News.
Simbu Regional Petitioner Noah Cole is appealing to the public in Simbu to remain calm and allow the recount to begin in Leh. Cole said Leh is a neutral venue because law and order has spiraled out of control in Kundiawa. A difference of 11,000 votes separate Petitioner Noah Cole and sitting Governor Michael Dua.
Following a national court order to recount the Simbu regional seat in Leh, Kundiawa town has seen a spike in lawlessness. According to petitioner Noah Cole, 3/4 of Simbu people have been affected in the past 12 months. He says supporters of both candidates must understand the process and not resort to violence.
Whatever outcome come up with this love, and by blah master.
because all ba count properly na masin ba count him na transparent na ogra something so will be one belt also. So all man no can walk him all walk him in happiness so you no can more walk him also that kind samin rascal passing. Kundiawa at Kotablo 6 blood district here. They do business in Kundiawa. They do come in for public service work in Kundiawa or something.
For almost 17 months, the election petition case has been in the court. Despite much debate and discussions for moving the recount to Lay, Kul is prepared to accept the outcome. He says the primary count should conclude the result as 11,000 votes separate Kul and Dua.
All Maputilo Lay, I'm satisfied. All neutral body here. Two, Masimba count him. You know, Manba count him. So by the time we count him primary counts and finish, we will know precisely who should lead, no should not lead.
Kul is also criticizing police in Kundiawa. He challenged the Simbu PPC to perform its constitutional duties. Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission is yet to move the ballot boxes to Lay.
They were trying to bring the boxes down, but all and all passing stuff. So Electoral Commission is under pressure now to deliver, but they've got 3 weeks, and I think it's a lot of time. They can organize themselves.
The court is expecting the Simbu regional recount results by 7th February 2019. Jekyll Power Jr. National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues with more after the break. Stay tuned.
In our harsh and vibrant landscape, Dulux Weather Shield is the perfect choice to protect your building against everything Mother Nature throws at it. Worth doing, worth Dulux.
Share the fun with Big Boy Gum and enjoy the colorful thrill. Flavor, surprise, and chewy excitement. You feel happy, you know you will. Drop some fun, hold on, young, yeah, on everyone. Go Big Boy Bubble Gum.
MUPEX Training Institute.
Job-oriented certificate in diploma in business courses includes Human Resource Management, Business Management, Accounting, Information Technology, and many more. For school leavers, grade 10s, 12s, and the working class. Enrollment is now open for February 4, 2019 intakes. For more information, call us on 323-2063 or email info@mapextraining.com.pg.
Are you serious? Is this the fastest you can go? Get out of here. Internet speed with Telecom PNG. I repeat, Telecom PNG is the fastest. The fastest here in PNG. So connect today to experience the difference. Telecom PNG, always there.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Welcome back. Bulolo MP Sembasil has announced the sealing of the Bulolo town roads as well as the relocation of members of the Sipe community who have been living in a care centre for 8 years. Up to 1,000 blocks of land have been allocated for the resettlement.
Several kilometers of roads in Bulolo town will be sealed for the first time in many years. The small township was the center of the gold rush in the 1930s and became a government administrative center for the Wau Bulolo district. But its roads have been given little attention.
This town is a mining town. So Muslims come out lo media now months a mining town, but also Tinos have sealed.
Yesterday, Bulolo MP Sembasil said contracts have been awarded to Kaya Works to fix the roads. The company is already engaged in other road projects in the district.
We asked the contractor that he has to go case by case in terms of showing us what is done, and then we release more money.
Basil has also made another major announcement, the resettlement of Bulolo's Sipik families displaced by clashes 8 years ago.
So one community by putting block.
We will mix the community and we will encourage that, we should have intermarriages.
Up to 1,000 blocks of land have been allocated for the resettlement. The families have faced many hardships since they relocated to a small portion of land behind the Bulolo police station. Scott Waide, National EMTV News, Ley.
Bulolo district authorities have condemned the actions of protesters last week Friday, resulting in the Wafi Golpu project site shutdown. Member for Bulolo, Sembasil, said the Hengabu, Yanta and Babuaf landowner group's presidents are the recognized leaders, deeming the protest illegal.
This afternoon, Bulolo MP Sembasil and other district authorities aired their frustrations over last week's protest at the Wafi Golpu project area. Mr. Basil said for the Bulolo district, there are two recognized landowner groups, the Hengambu and the Yanta groups.
We will call on the company, we will call on the provincial government, MRA, Mineral Resource Authority, and the mining department and the mining minister. We will call on them to ensure that any grievances that are brought aside from these legitimate people that are standing here will be an act of being illegal.
Mumeng LLG President Okam Paton called on his people to refrain from taking part in activities that will disrupt mine operations.
Please, you know, you respect him or leader way. People demand it more. Like Polianam, Longengembu, Genesis, Longyanta, you be respected.
This is illegal trespassing, and me condemn him. As a district administrator, I do not want that kind of attitude of trespassing into a company's property.
These comments come after a group of protesters shut down the Wafi Golpu mine site last week Friday, demanding that the recently signed MOU between the state and the company be revoked.
The MOU signed by the developer and the national government must be revoked, and all the stakeholders, including us, the landowners, and our provincial government, must enter into a new and proper agreement following the legal process allowed through the Mining Act.
Mr. Basil responded to concerns raised over the MOU signing, saying this was part of an ongoing process to commence mine operations.
Although some of the things that have been mentioned in the MOU hasn't been agreed on, you have your chance to vent it out during the MOA agreement.
Yesterday, the presidents and the executives of the Hengambu, Yanta and Babuaf groups said the protest last Friday did not represent the views of the recognized landowner groups.
Landowners, Wafi, Yanta, Hengambu and Babuaf, been part long this action been come up last week Friday, now news blog come up today's newspapers. Nogat na nogat.
So he got all this triple papa ground, all this stuff. Nogat mix him up all na creating problem, na tensions on them all gonna papa ground Wafi Golpu project.
Lucy Kopana, National EMTV News, Ley.
Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, conducted its quarterly presentation, highlighting what its volunteers were engaged in over the past year. Tamara Pia Agavi with the details.
The Japanese cooperation in Papua New Guinea focuses on 3 priority areas. This consists of 6 programs which cover individual projects, training and volunteer programs. The areas of focus for JICA in PNG are strengthening economic growth, improvement of social service with education and health as its top priority, and climate change. Presentations today were in the fields of education, community development, environmental education, agriculture, and health.
Our volunteers come together to make the presentation to JICA and to relevant stakeholders, say our counterpart agencies, to tell them of what our program is about, to present about their work in the country, their experiences, their challenges, their recommendations to us, to JICA, or to Papua New Guinea, to PNG government as a whole. Yeah, that's basically what these presentations are about.
Kavanagh said one of the main challenges that JICA faces in its community assistance and delivery is safety of its volunteers. Tatsunori Yoshimura, an environmental educationist volunteer based in Kokopo, said that climate change and conservation is an issue not fully understood by many communities. He also outlined some of the programs he has embarked through awareness programs.
School and go to the visiting some villages, yes, and holding workshop. And go to the shop, in front of the shop, I'm singing and dancing. After that, awareness.
The more people imitate, the more. Since 1974, the Japanese government, through JICA, has provided 5.52 billion kina. Much of this assistance is going to programs in the fields of health, education, and community service awareness. Tamara Pia Agavi, National EMTV News.
A JICA volunteer today spoke about his experience working as a primary school teacher in Manus Province. Taku Imaizumi has been teaching at Pombrut Primary since February 2018. He says one main challenge is the level of understanding the students at Pombrut Primary have. Patricia Kiyama with the details.
During presentations of JICA volunteers in different provinces, a volunteer working in Manus Province spoke of his experience there.
The educational
Taku Imai Izumi has been working as a teacher at Pombrut Primary School in Manus since February last year. He has been teaching mathematics among other subjects. One of the biggest challenges he faced was the slow level of understanding the students have.
Level of education, so their students' understanding is very low, and they don't understand the basic, concept of mathematics, especially.
Imai Izumi says he has about 70 students in his class, and most of them have difficulty in understanding and interpreting basic concepts taught. One main reason, according to this volunteer, is the performance of the teachers. Most teachers tend to write notes on the board for students to copy, and this becomes boring for the students as they copy word for word without engaging in activities that can enhance their thinking capacity.
Actually, teachers also don't understand grade 8 level of mathematics, so it's also a problem, and their lesson is just write down on the board and students copy it. So it's a little bit boring lesson.
One of those effective ways of teaching.
A representative from Education Department, Kolit Dadavana, who also attended today's presentation, also commented on the performance of teachers at this school.
The quality of teachers is a serious and one of the most talked about issues in Papua New Guinea. So measures are taken to address the quality and effectiveness of teachers we have in Papua New Guinea, especially for mathematics and science teaching.
Patricia Kiamo, National EMTV News.
The Madang district has given another month's notice to the settlers residing in Nagada to vacate the land. The Lutheran Church has made numerous attempts to evict settlers from portions 69, 70 and 78 to no avail.
Settlers residing in portions 69, 70 and 78 in Madang's Nagada settlement outside Madang town have been given a month to move. Madang district has engaged Mobile Squad 14 from Goroka and local police to carry out eviction on the portions of land a month from now. At least 693 households identified through the district's social mapping program were given till next month to move.
So line lo apolo headquarters of lay all kira bol kam bol karim salti golokot. Na court working decision I've given order finish. Now order law court, all police work from all law enforce him.
A meeting was scheduled for tomorrow to inform settlers to start vacating the portions of land before next month. By February, settlers who are still residing will be forcefully removed. The church obtained the portions of land after a decision by the National Court back in August 2015. The church obtained a National Court order against the settlers to have them removed. Since then, it has difficulties getting the settlers off the land. Martha Lewis, National EMTV News.
A river in Situm, outside of Lake City, has run dry, affecting over hundreds of locals. The Bulolo River has been dry for almost 3 months now, despite some amount of rain in the province. Locals are currently digging along the banks of the river to get clean water for cooking and drinking.
What now looks like a road was once a flowing river. The river has partially dried up, leaving only little ponds, which unfortunately are also running dry. People are currently drinking and cooking with water from dug-up holes. Limited access to clean water remains the biggest concern.
Now mi blog lo digim olwara, olwara na mi blog lo kisim bucket, blog lo yusim, big lo problem through mi blog fishim lo side lo drink water.
The river is the only source of water supply for 4 communities in the area. This is the middle section of the Bulolo River. It supplies the Namelkunai community, which has a population of about 100 people. Locals say the river usually dries up during the dry weather. This is the longest.
Time lo rain, mi plus a kisim em saron normal. Become na kind of big plus sun or sem.
The only closest water source that this community can resort to is the Busu River. Otherwise, the only other option for locals now is to wait for the rain. Charlene Airy, National EMTV News, Lay.
8 lucky shoppers from Port Moresby have begun 2019 on a high, each winning a brand new vehicle after entering a promotion by major retail outlet Stop & Shop. In total, more than 100,000 entries were received from all 8 Stop & Shop outlets over 6 weeks. Each Stop & Shop outlet in Port Moresby picked a winner who were then called and given the good news.
8 lucky Stop & Shop shoppers in Port Moresby will be driving away with 8 Honda CR-V vehicles after their names were drawn today in Port Moresby. When the call came through, some were in tears.
You must be really happy.
Others grew nervous, but all the winners never expecting to be winners.
Unexpected one. So happy to win a car.
3 men and 5 women were announced for 8 of the Stop & Shop outlets. For Rainbow Stop & Shop, it was Sarah Mickey. Deborah Fahey was the winner for Downtown. Boroko John Paru. Vanuga Vele for Badili. Docas Levi for Koki. North Waigani Larry Teneka. Harbour City Koru Henny. And Central Waigani Wilma Wilmed. The Boroko outlet winner, a Defence Force officer from Tarama Barracks, happy to finally own a car.
Oh yeah, first car now me own. Mr. driving car man as a driver, but kain man sa cross lo car now meet me owning car me now first time.
Koki winner Docas Levi admired the car up close. Now her days of walking to the bus stop and catching bus are finally over.
Can drive my own car and not walk anymore. CPL, yes, thank you very much for looking after us, physically feeding us with food and medicine for our physical health. And I couldn't believe they can spend this much to, give us a gift for this year, 2019.
Vanuga Vele, thankful of Stop and Shop for the car.
But the moment I got the call, I just thank God, and it's a blessing in my life.
More than 100,000 entries were received during the 6-week Winner Car promotion. The cars will be returned to the car dealership, Wheels Limited, where the owners will get them registered and on the road in 2019. For the 3 women who didn't answer their phones, they have 60 days before the cars are forfeited. Fidelis Sukina, National EMTV News.
You're at National EMTV News. Stay tuned. We'll bring you stories making headlines overseas when we come back.
MAPEX Training Institute. Job-oriented certificate and diploma in business courses includes Human Resource Management, Business Management, Accounting, Information Technology, and many more. For school leavers, grade 10s, 12s, and the working class. Enrollment is now open for February 4, 2019 intakes. For more information, call us on 323-2063 or email info@mapextraining.com.pg.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
In our harsh and vibrant landscape, Dulux Weather Shield is the perfect choice to protect your building against everything Mother Nature throws at it. Worth doing, worth Dulux.
I love the way you taste.
I love the easy meal.
I love family dinner time.
I love my true kind. I love the quality.
I love the yummy smell.
I love the energy and strength. I love my true kind.
So many reasons, all of us agreeing. So put on your t-shirts and let's all sing.
I love my true kind.
I love my true kind.
I love my true kind.
Let's sing it again. I love my true kind. I love my true kind. PNG's rice, the very best rice. Let's we all love a true kind.
EMTV is currently outsourcing for suitable candidates who are eager to join our expanded EMTV productions team in the role of producers and or presenters. If you have a passion for creative writing, working with cameras, innovative, love entertainment, have a buzz in creativity, have a love for visual storytelling, great communication skills, and enthusiastic in learning new things, then we want you. This is your chance to join a vibrant team producing and writing for various local productions, especially for Kids Corner. Experience in TV producing or similar, or have a media background is preferable. Good strong work habits and the ability to work under pressure and meeting deadlines is a must. Attention and send your applications to MTV HR Manager, PO Box 443 Boroko NCD, or email to hr@mtv.com.pg. Applications can also be hand-delivered to our main office at Garden City Level 2 Boroko. Only shortlisted applicants will be contacted for an interview.
Welcome back to the news. Turning overseas, British politicians will vote on Prime Minister Theresa May's plan for leaving the European Union. After 2 years of toing and froing, the EU is bracing for the biggest divorce in its history. Here's One News with 2 years of Brexit in 2 minutes.
This means that the UK has voted to leave the European Union.
And with that, the term Brexit was coined. Britain would exit the bloc of 28 countries, ending a 45-year marriage. It followed a controversial campaign by leave advocates focused on UK control of its laws, money and the number of European citizens coming freely into Britain.
There's too many of them and can't fit them all in. We've got no more room, have we?
That appeared to resonate with a narrow majority. In June 2016, just under 52% voted for Britain to pull out of the European Union.
We've got our country back.
The result surprised many and prompted the Prime Minister at the time, David Cameron, who wanted to stay in the EU, to step down.
I do not think it would be right for me to try to be the captain that steers our country to its next destination.
The woman to do that would be Theresa May.
I know because we're Great Britain that we will rise to the challenge.
But challenge seems to have been an understatement. She started the legal process and the 2-year countdown last March.
This is an historic moment. We are going to make our own decisions and our own laws.
That's been a harder task than she may have anticipated. She called a snap election to try get more support in the House, but it backfired. The Conservatives lost their majority, making their mission even harder. Then came the endless handshakes and months of intense negotiations with the EU. There was huge debate over how to avoid a hard border on the island of Ireland, the only physical place where the EU meets the UK.
We are at an impasse.
But then in November came a 585-page withdrawal agreement full of compromises, as well as a rough plan for the future.
I firmly believe, with my head and my heart, that this is a decision which is in the best interests of our entire United Kingdom.
But many British politicians disagree. And now to Brexit's biggest challenge. It needs Westminster's 650 MPs to give the deal their blessing. But they aren't on the same page at all. Brexit's fate now in the hands of a deeply divided Parliament. Chilling new details have emerged about the abduction of an American teenager. The alleged kidnapper of Jamie Claus appeared in court, where prosecutors say he confessed to killing her parents as Jamie and her mother hid in a bathtub, calling 911.
Mr. Patterson, you are charging...
Tonight, the man accused of kidnapping Jamie Claus and murdering her parents facing a judge.
Substantial cash bail is necessary to...
Jake Patterson tonight held on a $5 million cash bail.
The prosecution team that you see assembled here today wants justice for James and Denise Claus and for Jamie Claus.
Prosecutors laying out in chilling detail Patterson's alleged confession. According to the criminal complaint, the 21-year-old told police one day on his way to work, he saw Jamie get on a school bus outside her home and decided she was the girl he was going to take. Patterson first shaved all his hair to avoid leaving DNA, then came to the home one night after midnight armed with a shotgun and a mask, dressed in all black. 13-year-old Jamie telling an FBI investigator her dog started barking and she woke her parents. They saw a man at the door with a gun. Jamie and her mother hid in the bathtub. Patterson allegedly telling police he shot Jamie's father through the door, then broke into the bathroom where Jamie's mom was holding her in a bear hug. Jamie told police Patterson made her mom hang up with 911, then shot her in the head. Prosecutors say Patterson duct taped Jamie's hands and ankles and dragged her to the trunk of his car. He allegedly told investigators he removed the trunk light and the glow-in-the-dark safety cord from inside the trunk so that no one can pull the trunk release once inside. For 88 days, police believe she was held captive inside Patterson's home. Jamie telling investigators he made her stay under the bed for up to 12 hours with no food, water, or bathroom breaks, once hitting her hard on the back. Jamie finally making her escape on Thursday when she was left alone, flagging down Jeannie Nutter, who was out walking her dog. Within minutes, another neighbor making that call for help.
I have a young lady at my house right now, and she says her name is Jamie Claus.
Jamie now in the arms of her family, who never gave up hope.
She laughs most of the time and everything, but you can tell that she's not quite the same.
You're with Tuesday's news. Up next, we take a look at some sporting updates in Chukai Sports. Don't go away.
MUPEX Training Institute. Job-oriented certificate in plant operator and motor vehicle training courses includes mobile crane, excavator, light motor vehicles, semi-trailer, prime mover, and many more. For school leavers grade 6, 8, 10s, 12s, and the working class, enrollment is now open for January 27, 2019 intakes. For more information, call us on 323-2063 or email info@mapextraining.com.pg.
Do not play with death when your family goes out to sea. Do not get on an overloaded dinghy, or if alcohol is being consumed. Do not get on a dinghy in bad weather, or if there is no extra zoom or drinking water. Always wear a life jacket. Ensure your loved ones return safely when going out to sea. This message is brought to you by NMSA.
In our harsh and vibrant landscape, Dulux Weather Shield is the perfect choice to protect your building against everything Mother Nature throws at it. Worth doing, worth Dulux.
I love the way you taste.
I love the easy meal.
I love family dinner time.
I love my true guy.
I love the quality.
I love the yummy smell.
I love the energy and strength.
I love my true guy.
So many reasons, all of us agreeing. So put on your t-shirts and let's all sing.
I love my true guy.
I love my true guy.
I love my true guy.
Let's sing it again.
I love my true guy.
I love my true guy.
I love my true guy. PNG's rice, the very best rice. Let's get all love a true guy.
Hello everyone and welcome to Good Morning PNG. I'm Taz.
And I'm Shaz. That's right, PNG. For the first time in our history, we are bringing you breakfast television.
Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. Wake up to the latest news, views, sports, weather, entertainment, feature stories, plus much more.
And it won't be just us. We have a team.
Oh yes, Mary Batula from the news team.
Peter Pasal with all the commentary on sports.
Entertainment with Ike Apakop.
And our very own weatherman, Richard Magay.
Oh, I can't wait, Shaz. This is going to be good.
Every Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. See you then.
Tukai Sports.
Welcome to Tukai Sports. The 6 Papua New Guinean players currently in the United Kingdom to pursue their rugby league careers are fitting in well, meeting fans, attending training and taking to sightseeing. They are anticipating the start of the season in 2019 in their new teams.
The 6 Papua New Guinean players who have secured contracts in the United Kingdom are fitting in well. A post by the Barrow Raiders sees Tagrot Amian, Warthoa Puara Jr. and William Minoga sporting the team uniforms. From the Featherstone Rovers, Watson Boas meeting with fans and sightseeing with teammate Thompson Tete. These players will be taking part in a Tier 2 competition known as the Championship, with champions elevated to the Super League. The 6 players have all donned the Kumul's colours and represented the country. But Kumul's coach Michael Marum has a selection criteria which does not consider players in Tier 2 competitions in England. For Watson, the incumbent Kumul's halfback, he says his focus right now is on his club performance, but says he will put his hands up for the Kumul's if given the opportunity.
Even in championship, I'm going to play, but like as Bambla just give best to me play, try and perform the way we Bambla working, where at least Bambla sign out these little clubs where Bambla play ball. So if the national team will Kumul's thinking lo simipla or whatever, Bambla still ends up at stop lo represent the country.
Ase Boas, who plays in the halves with Watson, was in the same boat and says his hand will still be up for the Kumul selection.
It's a T2 competition, but
what we're looking for is to go out there and get more experience when we're out there. So if we got selected for the Comos in the near future, yeah, we'll be always happy to represent our country. But our goal is to go out there and get more experience with what we already have, but add more to it.
Ase has stated that their progression overseas is to experience rugby league outside of PNG.
Makes me feel better, like we won the cup in the Inter Super Cup in 2017, but there was no recognition. But thanks to the UK club to recognize the boys, and it's 6 of us going there, even 4 already down in Australia. So it's a great pathway for the boys. And
Fidelis Sukina, National EMTV Sports.
Willie Minoga, the SPPNG Hunters forward come centre, is moving on with his career and says his move to United Kingdom club Borough Raiders is making way for an up-and-coming talent into the SPPNG Hunters team.
Up the middle they come.
Willie Minoga, known to most in rugby league circles as the freight train in the Queensland Inter Super Cup, is heading to the Featherstone Rovers in England, where he will team up with Wartovo Puara Jr. and Stargrowth Amian. Willie will be forever remembered as the game winner for the SPPNG Hunters in the 2017 Grand Final, and will be remembered for his emotional post-match interview.
It's a history.
And throughout the first...
I'm not going to put it right, no, but I just touched the ball.
What does it mean to PNG for you guys to win this title?
It's a history for us, bro. It's a history.
Minoga was farewelled by his family members last week, with the whole family excited for their favorite player moving on overseas.
Family members belong Willie Minoga and Bagalo you again, Mibla come stop. Mibla family members proud that I make him through long this aim where you got long money back or long end. Na Mibla proud, na Mibla thinking strong, as a member improve. Na make him a difference. Na Mibla two family bamas, na country to bamas.
For Willie Minoga, he is not that outspoken, but gets right to the point.
So Mibla all senior, Mibla can move out there. Go out to experience Mibla something life.
He is excited about his stint at the Borough Raiders club and looks to extend his playing career in England into the future.
I think it will make a difference to team Bamigo, so that we can make him extend him years to start the team.
Minoga says he will be putting his best for the team and is willing to learn all he can in his new country of play. Fidelis Sukina, National EMTV Sports.
Trukai Sports returns with more after the break. Stay tuned.
Trukai Sports.
Kids, it's time to go back to school.
Go back to school with great deals from Theodist. Buy one backpack and get the second one at 50% off. Also offering 20% off on all Diodora school shoes. Spend 120 and receive a 10 kina free gift card. But that's not all. Buy a HP laptop and get a wireless printer plus a 50 kina gift card free. So what are you waiting for?
Theodist, for all your school stationery.
MUPEX Training Institute.
Job-oriented certificate in plant operator and motor vehicle training courses includes mobile crane, excavator, light motor vehicles, semi-trailer, prime mover and many more. For school leavers grade 6, 8, 10th, 12th and the working class, enrollment is now open for January 27, 2019 intakes. For more information, call us on 323-2063 or email info@mapextraining.com.pg.
No can time long pilai one time die. Time family belong you, e go other side long solwara. No can kalap long dingy where emi pull up pinis, or kalap suppose only drink beer. No can kalap suppose whether e bagger up, or no got extra zoom or wara belong drink is down. All get a time, wear him life jacket. Sekim suppose one talk belong you, e come back alright. Time only go other side long solwara. This fella talk save, e come long NMSA.
Bomb chicka wow wow. Bomb chicka wow wow. Bomb chicka chicka wow wow. Wow wow.
We've improved the formula. New links with added.
Bomb chicka wow wow.
Technology is constantly evolving, creating opportunities to grow and connect globally. Telecom PNG provides you with the best innovative and flexible solutions. Our wide-ranging product portfolio includes
fixed line business system, fixed broadband internet service, metro fiber network, VSAT service.
You can trust us to take care of your business solution needs.
Telecom PNG, always there.
Men's BBL. On Wednesday, 7 p.m., Sydney Stars will go up against Melbourne Renegades. On Thursday, Brisbane's Heat versus Sydney Thunder at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. on Friday, Perth Scorchers will battle against Hobart Hurricanes. Men's BBL, right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
I love the way you taste.
I love the easy meal.
I love family dinner time.
I love my true guy.
I love the quality. I love the yummy smell.
I love the energy and strength.
I love my true kind.
So many reasons, all of us agreeing. So put on your t-shirts and let's all sing.
I love my true guy.
I love my true guy.
I love my true kind.
We all love our true kind.
Let's sing it again.
I love my true kind. I love my true kind. I love my true kind. PNG's rice, the very best rice, 'cause we all love our true kind.
Welcome back to Chukai Sports. To tennis, just days after breaking down in tears announcing his pending retirement, Andy Murray has again shown his champion qualities at the Australian Open. Down 2-0 and battling his persistent injury, emotions are running high as the Scot rallied to set up a thrilling finale.
A rousing welcome on court for a player probably saying his final farewells. Andy Murray's body's been telling him time is almost certainly up. As he limped to a 2-set deficit against Roberto Bautista Agut, the pain was obvious. But Murray has made a career out of fighting to the end. Finding another gear against the Spaniard. With the fourth also going to a tiebreaker, Murray continued the resurgence. But world number 22 Bautista Agut finally rediscovered his form in the fifth. With the match clocking over to 4 hours on court, the Melbourne crowd gave Murray an impromptu ovation. For the 31-year-old, there was nothing left to give. The Spaniard taking the match.
It's an amazing place to play tennis. If this was my last match, like you say, amazing way to end. I gave literally everything I had.
Murray will decide on whether to have more hip surgery in the next fortnight.
Maybe I'll see you again. I'll do everything possible. I'll do everything possible to try.
A glimmer of positive news for those hoping this wasn't the last goodbye.
And that ends Chukai Sports. The weather details coming up next.
Chukai Sports. Chukai Sports.
I love the way you taste.
I love the easy meal.
I love family dinner time.
I love my true guy.
I love the quality. I love the yummy smell.
I love the energy and strength.
I love my true kind.
So many reasons, all of us agreeing. So put on your t-shirts and let's all sing.
I love my true guy.
I love my true guy.
I love my true kind.
love my true kind. PNG's rice, the very best rice, 'cause we all love a true kind.
Are you serious? Is this the fastest you can go? Get out of here. Internet speed with Telecom PNG. I repeat, Telecom PNG is the fastest. The fastest here in PNG. So connect today to experience the difference. Telecom PNG, always there.
Share the fun with Big Boy Gum and enjoy the colorful thrill. Flavor, surprise, and chewy excitement. You feel happy, you know you will. Drop some fun, hold on, young, yeah, yeah. Come on, everyone, whoa. Go Big Boy Bubble Gum.
In our harsh and vibrant landscape, Dulux Weather Shield is the perfect choice to protect your building against everything Mother Nature throws at it. Worth doing, worth Dulux.
The weather details were proudly brought to you by Dulux, celebrating 50 years in PNG and the only paint made in PNG.
A look at the weather forecast in the southern region. A shower or two right across the region in Port Moresby, Daru, Kerema, Alatau and Popondetta. In the Mamasa region, a few showers in Ley and Wau, a shower or two in Madang and thundery showers in Wewak and Vanimo. In the New Guinea Islands region, a shower or two in all centres in Lorengau, Kavieng, Kokopo, Rabaul, Kimbe and Buka. And in the Highlands region, a shower or two as well right across the region in Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg.
The weather details were proudly brought to you by Dulux, celebrating 50 years in PNG and the only paint made in PNG.
And that's been the news, sport and weather for today, Tuesday, 15th of January 2019. On behalf of the entire EMTV news crew, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Paradise Foods and Paradise Beverages.
Hello everyone and welcome to Good Morning PNG. I'm Taz.
And I'm Shaz. That's right, PNG. For the first time in our history, we are bringing you breakfast television.
Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. Wake up to the latest news, views, sports, weather, entertainment, feature stories, plus much more.
And it won't be just us. We have a team.
Oh yes, Mary Batula from the news team.
Peter Pasal with all the commentary on sports.
Entertainment with Ike Apakop.
And